What's up, Soul Nation? Ginger Prime here, and in this week in gaming, we've had a lot of fun things going on. But one of the things I've been wanting to talk about is obviously EA. EA is a hot topic among gaming YouTubers. It's a hot topic within the industry. And as I started to dive down the rabbit hole that is EA, I found a lot of interesting things, and I'm going to be working on kind of a feature for that. So that's going to be coming up on the channel here probably in a week, maybe give or take, because I'm just running math. I'm just running numbers. I think it's really fascinating what I'm seeing, or at least what I believe I'm seeing. But what it led me to is obviously one of the things that we were looking at was the Apex Legends, debacle, in which that they came in with a high price. YouTubers got upset about it. The community that plays Apex Legends was upset about it. Everybody continued to say, like, see, this is what you get when you play an EA game. Eventually, greed wins. And I can't disagree with that, sentiment. But what I did discover is that I just went and was looking at the numbers and just seeing overall how many views this generated, how many clicks did this generate, and it really wasn't a lot. In especially comparison to many sources who reported on this. And this is really kind of the crux of what this video is about, is that when I'm looking at the numbers, and I still need to do a little bit more research on this, but when I'm looking at the numbers right now, it shows that it seems like gamers are tired of kind of the negative YouTube perception around gaming. And I don't know if it's a fatigue that's happening on an individual level, or if it's kind of YouTube adjusting its algorithm from a recommendation perspective. Obviously, this all ties into relatability, and one of the most interesting takeaways is that people don't like IGN. Now, IGN has its site. It has its own videos that it runs on its site, but it also publishes them over to YouTube. And from a relatability perspective, despite the, I think 120 or 119 million views a month they get on the platform, when it's coming to the EA and the controversy, which you would think that it would be at least the hypothesis that could be completely wrong, is that they would obviously perform very well, and they performed very poorly compared to everybody else. From a sheer numbers perspective, I kind of looked at the overall subscribers to the amount of views they got, and they came in at the very bottom with 1.4 to 0.35% of people who actually are subscribed to their channel actually watching their videos, talking about it here. Now, again, they probably got plenty of views over on their main site, but it was just like bringing up the question of both what is real and what is relatable. And that's where some of the bigger names like Yang, he was crushing it from 44 to 56%, and Crazy Pie, who roughly has almost 7,000 subscribers, but his views to the subscribers has him at the lead at 70% of his base, assumingly. We don't know if it's 100% his base, but assuming that most of his base is going to watch his videos, that's a huge conversion factor on just a video to your subscriber base. And I was looking at this from a negative title perspective, because we do know that artificial intelligence can detect if a title is negative or positive. That is something that I've actually been working on AI on a special project from a development perspective, and it's really cool to see how we can make machine learning and different things predict different things. It's not perfect, but it's just getting better and better, and it's almost scary to some degree. But I was looking at the titles, I was looking at the numbers, I was looking at the volume of subscribers to the views, and overall it was way down, with the exception of Yang, and even Angry Joe was only coming in at 20% with 3 million subs, to him talking about this perspective at 629,000 views on that one video. And it was exciting. It was exciting to see that I don't know if it's a general fatigue, because there's still going to be things that can be upsetting, or if it's the algorithm side of it. And the other factor in all of it is also Gamescom. There's a lot of really exciting stuff coming out. There's a lot of really good games just around the corner. I mean, heck, Final Fantasy VIII got its release date announced, and I'm like, how do I fit this in? Because just a couple days after that, you have Gears 5 dropping. Just a few days after that, you got Borderlands 3 dropping. Just a few days after that, we're about to get into the insanity that is the fall season around gaming. And maybe that's it. It's just people are really excited about it. The thing that I know people are really frustrated or concerned about is Stadia. And honestly, talking with our managers, who we're talking with Google, they don't have any clue how to market Stadia. And it's just, okay, what the heck's going on with that? It's going to be interesting to see how that people respond to it, because anyway, we'll save Stadia for another day in that regards. That just, puts the question to you. Like, how do you feel about negative titles, that negative energy? Because on the positive side of the negative, right, is the consumer advocacy, is the ability to go and say and inform the consumers when people are doing crap. On the negative side of it is that you can end up burning people out. And really what the theory that I'm working on and the hypothesis is that, I think that big companies are studying the YouTube algorithm just like YouTubers study the YouTube algorithm, trying to figure out what works and what works the best, what helps, YouTube recommend those videos the most. And that's what I would love to see in all this, that I don't have the numbers, is that what is the actual recommendation on these videos. We're still compiling a lot of data, and I'll see if that belongs here on Ginger Prime, or if we put that over on Work to Game, or whatever. Who knows what we'll end up doing with it. But it's just fascinating to see. And I think it's also because we're going to a season that is usually just excited, hyped about upcoming games, excited to play those games, excited to talk about those games. And as long as a company doesn't have a major royal screw up, then you're good. And that brings me all back to what started this video, which is EA. When you look at it, like, if you're going to have a screw up, what better time to have a screw up than at Gamescom or E3 or at certain things where there's a lot of noise, there's a lot of news, there's a lot of announcements. So Apex was able to have the issue. They were able to, assumedly, fix the issue that was frustrating their community. Not the community at large, but just like their community, those who were spending money on it. And it's gone. Like, obviously you had the Spider-Man leaving the MCU, or not leaving, whatever that's going on, come in, and everybody's not talking about this anymore. So I expect that we'll probably see some more controversies, because it is something that drives a lot of views. It does something that drives a lot of clicks. And that's actually somewhat a thing that works in their advantage and their benefit. If you actually go look at what the stockholders are saying, which you can do, and we'll dive into that hopefully in a future video, all real positive stuff. Real excited about upcoming FIFA, upcoming Madden, upcoming big games, big names, and even they're excited that people are posting videos, even if they are negative videos. But we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, it's going to be neat to see what happens over the next couple of months, and as it relates to the YouTube algorithm, and then as it relates to gaming on YouTube, to see what happens. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Hope you have an incredible weekend. We'll be back next week with more videos for you. Be sure to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Be sure to hit that like button, or hit that dislike button, whether you liked or disliked this video. Either one actually works for us real well. So we thank you for your engagement. We thank you for your time watching this video. We hope you have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you next time. For the Soul Nation, I'm Ginger Prime. I'll talk to you later. Take care.